Hi, welcome to my Makeup Monday for Monday the 15th of January. My name is Denise McCabe and I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia on the New South Wales Central Coast, so welcome. Today we're going to do a Trifold card. It's quite a simple one, but it's using some products from the online exclusives range. I thought I'd have a play with the Meandering Meadow Suite. And it could also be adapted to one of the new bundles in the mini catalogue called the Delicate Forest. So I probably will go ahead and create a card with that as well. Not today, but down the track. So let's flip over to the craft desk and we can get started. And fingers crossed, I don't have any audio problems. Last week I had problems with my audio, and halfway through my recording there was no sound, so I had to do a voice over the top, so that was pretty interesting. So let's hope it doesn't happen this week. Let's see how we go. Okay, so this is the suite that we're going to play with. It's called Meandering Meadow. It's in the online exclusives on the online store on the website. It comes with a stamp set, dies, designer series paper, adhesive back dragonflies and birds, and this beautiful pecan pie ribbon. Now you can buy it as a whole suite collection and it's $144.50 for all of those items, or you can get the items individually. So if you don't want the ribbon or the butterflies and the birds and dragonflies, you don't have to get those. You can put item numbers in individually and get things individually. So it doesn't appear in any of the catalogs, so I just wanted to make sure you were aware of that. It is an online exclusive, so go to my online store and search in the online exclusive section. So I've got a dog barking next door as it always happens when you start a video. Okay, so this is the card I've made and it's using the whole suite of products. I did the card base, the paper does have a white base to it, so I did my sentiment in white, but then when I put the ribbon on, the ribbon is like vanilla and pecan pie, and I sort of thought, not sure I like that, so I'm making my one with you guys. Today I'm using vanilla here, but the paper does have a white base to it. So we've used the die, where is it? We've used the die here to cut the window out. I've used some other little dies, they're on here because I haven't done that cutting yet, to put a bit more detail in the front of the paper to open it up. And also I didn't like the way I didn't do that, so I'm going to do that a little bit better. I'm going to match that up so that doesn't have two layers there showing. And you fold it open and that's, bring it down. You fold it open and that's your card. So it's a trifold card. Pretty easy. So it's just your standard card base and it's just using some of the designer series paper, scoring it and attaching it, and then attaching your insert over the top. So, and I'll fix that up because I don't like that. So let's get started. Oh, before we get started, I wanted to show you the glass mat, and I'll put my phone on silent and move it away. I wanted to show the glass mat, which is part of the joining special for Celebration. So you can join for $169 and receive $235 worth of products plus this glass mat studio. So the glass mat studio comes this glass mat, and it's got inches across the top and the right hand side and centimeters on the left hand side and across the bottom. It's got this I don't know, silicone mat, I guess you'd call it, that once you put it on your glass mat it doesn't move, it sticks. Now you can put your ink pads in there, you can blend ink if you're doing watercoloring, you can blend ink in these little squares. Your little ink spots, the cubes, do fit in there as well. And you also get this chamois mat that cleans your glass mat. So I'll move that away. Let me see. So If I wanted to rub this off, I could just rub over the top, but I don't want to rub it off. So you can clean your mat. It takes glue off your mat, any adhesive that you might have got stuck on it, any ink that you've blended on it and it's gone over onto the glass mat. So that has to remain wet. It does dry out and go hard. So that's why I keep mine in a Ziploc bag. So yeah, so this is the Glass Mat Studio, and it's part of the joining special, the joining promotion during celebration. It is valued at $106, so it is quite a good deal. But if you don't want the glass mat, you can join for $169. That's what you pay, and you can get $286 worth of products. So what, you get $123 more than what you're paying for. So it's a really good joining special. Either way, if you want the glass mat, pay $169, choose $235 worth of product, get the glass mat. If you don't want the glass mat, pay $169 and choose $286 worth of product. Now you can go to my blog, and over on the right hand side, if you hit the Stampin' Up logo, that takes you straight to my online store, and you can join through my online store. So just thought I'd mention that. It's a promotion that runs to the end of February. Okay, so here we have our suite of products. So these are the dies. This is the stamp set. It's the paper that I've sort of picked and pulled apart. These are the birds and dragonflies, adhesive backed, which is lovely. And this is the pecan pie and vanilla ribbon, which is also lovely. So as I said, you can buy the whole suite, just put in one item number and get the whole suite for $144.50. Or if you want to pick and choose from the suite collection, you will put each item number in. But if you want the stamp set and dies, that's a bundle. If you do it as a bundle, you'll get 10% off the bundle price. So it's a beautiful suite. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. I've already cut my window out of my Granny Apple Green card base. Now, I have had some people asking me, could I do inches for my measurements? And like, I've never done inches in my life because I didn't learn inches at school. So, but yes, I can, and I will. So as best I can, I will try and do centimeters and inches for my measurements. So my card base is half a piece of A4 cardstock. So in Australia, we use A4. It's not the letter-sized cardstock, it's A4. So that is 14.9 centimeters by 21 centimeters, or 5 7/8 of an inch by 8 1/4 of an inch. And then it's just scored in half at 10.5 centimeters, or at, I'm just measuring it up on my glass mat, 4 1/8. It's just scored in half. So fold your cardstock in half and you'll score. It'll score. So in Australia, our cards are a little bit thinner and a little bit taller than the US with the inches. So that's the difference. My insert is 10 centimeters by 14.4, or 4 inches by 5 3/4. My piece of designer series paper is 11.8 centimeters by 14.4 centimeters, or 4 5/8 by 5 3/4 inches, and it's scored over here on the right hand side at 1.5 centimeters, or say half an inch. And then I've got a little banner from the Stylish Shape Dies, and I've got 2 pieces of cardstock. They're just really scrap, but this Granny Apple Green one is 10.3 centimeters by 7 centimeters, or 4 inches by 2 3/4. So pretty much have 2 of those, and this will give you your double layer of greenery at the base of your window. Does that make sense? Hope it does. Okay, so I'll leave all those there, I think, and I want to cut some of these out. Now I want the Granny Apple green one. I want to use this die from the die collection, and that will give me this spiky looking greenery. And on the garden green, I want to use this die, which will give me this like shrubbery. Does that make sense too? I hope so. Okay, so let me, I hope you've been able to get all those measurements. Let me pick these up, just move them to one side, and I'll bring my cut emboss machine in. Won't be a minute. Okay. So I shall get my Granny Apple green piece first and pop that there. Now I will have to cut with my scissors, cut it off, but that's okay. Now I'm going to put it up high because I'm just not sure. I can always trim down the bottom to get it to suit here. But basically I want the Granny Apple green piece to come right down to here and not have this yuckiness. So I was just having a bit of a play when I was trying to come up with the card, and yeah. So we'll wind that through. So that's that die. So I'll just see how that's cut that out, but I'll put it down and we'll cut the rest of it out when I move my machine away. So I want this one to go over the top, but I want it to sit lower. So as I said, I can trim them down to suit each other after I've got it sorted. I'll show you what I mean by that. So I'm just winding that through. So I love the way you can create layers with these dies. So I'll just put that there. I'll get this out of the way because we don't need it again. Okay. Let's bring our card back in, and I shall put these dies back in my die packet. So there's another one here, like a mountain. But yeah, they just create a little bit of interest on your card. Where's the sample card here? A little bit of interest on your card. And you've got a gate. So where's the stamp set? Let's find the stamp set. You can cut this gate out with this die, or you can create your own gate, just a standalone gate. All the other dies cut the images from the stamp set out. So that's really cool. I like that. Okay, so I will take my measurement off there. I might hang on to that because that's a normal card base. Okay, so what we're going to do is grab our little scissors. I'll just make sure my microphone seems to be working. I seem to be recording. So with sound, so that's good. It's always good. Okay, and I'll cut that off. So I've cut that off. So that's created my shrubbery at the base. And I'm just going to cut this one off as well. And the die doesn't go right across the width of my card front, so that's why I'm just snipping these ends off. And then this one is going to go behind it. So I want the spiky grass behind, like so. And so that's where I got my other, I made my boo-boo. I should have cut that off, which I will do. So I just want to see where I want it to sit. And where's my paper? I don't need that one because that's a bit of a unique. Okay, so that's going to look quite nice. See how it's just going to give you a bit of foliage at the front of your path as you walk down, meander down the pathway. I can move that down if I want to give more pathway. So what I'm going to do is, what am I going to do? I'm going to put a bit of glue here and layer this onto here like so. So I've got my two layers together. Oops, I moved that. Let's just move that back. And then I can put it in here and work out how far up I want it. So if I wanted it all the way up, I could do that, but I don't. I want it down a bit. I think I want it there. So now I'm going to grab my pencil and I'm going to put a pencil mark down here on my garden green piece of cardstock, because that's where I want to cut it and make these pieces the same, so I don't have that situation. So let me bring in my, what's all out then? Oh, the celebration brochure. What you got? Okay, so I've got my pencil mark here, so I'm just going to put that into my trimmer and just cut that like so, and that's given me what I should have done on this card. So now I can attach that to the base of this card and it doesn't look yucky, but it looks fine over here. Can you see what I'm trying to get at there? So I don't like that. I could put a strip of paper, which I might do actually, because it's really annoying me and I want to cover it up. But this way I'm getting it a better situation. So let's put glue across here. And I'll just go up a little bit. And then I'm going to get my piece of my layers of greenery. And I'm going to lay it down because it's a fraction smaller than my card front. I'm going to lay it down just shy of the score line, shy of over here, and I'll just hold that in place for a moment. And doesn't that look so much better all being the one colour and not this mishmash? Have you ever done that? Have you done a mishmash and not been happy with what you've done before? It makes me so cross with myself. Okay, so I'm just holding that down. We've had a funny day here today. It's been very humid. Not really temperature-wise, not really that hot, but very humid. A little bit of rain. A few spots of rain here and there. And there's a big grey cloud out my window at the moment. So I'm sure there's going to be a little bit more rain. So hubby and I and Rosie, our puppy dog, were going to go to the beach this morning, but it wasn't nice enough to go, so we couldn't do that. So hubby goes back to work tomorrow, so he's had 3 weeks off, and now he's back to work. I go back on Tuesday. So we'll have to do beach days together on the weekends from here on in. Okay, so can you see how that looks nice? Much nicer. Now I have got a little bit of not sticking down over here because I didn't want to put glue right up high and then not have enough cardstock to cover my glue. So I'll just wipe up my spurts of glue, and I might have to put a little bit over here too. So let's just do that. And wipe up my spurt of glue. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Okay, now when we put our piece of designer series paper in, we can see what it's going to look like. How cool does that look? because we're going to score that over and stick it down. But can you see how it's coming together and you've got the pathway to skip along down? My goodness, I haven't skipped for a long time. Okay, so we've got this scored at 1.5 centimeters, or let me do it in inches, about half an inch on the right hand side. So we're just going to fold that back. It looks like I've still got audio. Fold that back, and we're going to glue that here. Now you can use tape if you wish, or you can use glue. I'm just thinking what I want to use. I'm not quite sure. I think I'll go with glue because it's got a little bit of wiggle room. Okay, so this is half a centimeter shorter than my card base, and we don't want this edge butted right up to the fold, just a little bit shy, and we want to move it down so we've got our border just like as if we're doing a card insert. And I'm going to move that across. We want it just shy of the edge of this card, this edge of the cardstock. There we go. Very minimal border on that side. So if you wanted to use tape you could, or you could use seal, but I do like glue because it gives me a second chance to give it a bit of a wiggle. Now it's just shy, there's a little border here from the score line, so it's not going to impact or crush our cardstock when we fold our card over. And look at that. How cool is that looking? Looking good, isn't it? So, and see, that's what it looks like, but we're going to put a piece of card insert over the top of that. But now when you've got it to that stage, you can just score it again if you want to just sort of get your score line happening and happy. I do struggle with the sound the glass mat makes. I'm still getting used to that, but it's not a big problem. The benefits of the glass mat are worth it. Okay, so that's what that's looking like. And I've just used a different colour, obviously. That's shaded spruce, I think. Yes. And this is the granny apple green, which are all colours in the paper. There's heaps of colours in the paper to choose from. Okay, so that's that. So let me put my lid on my glue. Now I might bring in my banner and put that down here. I obviously put my window up a little bit higher on my sample card, which is fine. So I'll bring my banner in, and I shall bring my stamp set in. And I might do this in garden green because we've got garden green cardstock there, and I think I like that. Let me find. So I'll do the happy birthday again because that will fit on my banner. Now I have heard that with the glass mat you don't need the paper piercing mat when you're using photopolymer. I don't know why that would be the case, but because this isn't cushioned, this is hard. But anyway, I have heard a demonstrator say that, so I thought, there you go. And that's stamped quite nicely. I think if I was doing more than sentiments, I probably would still bring in my paper piercing mat because I think I just would. Okay, so we're going to bring this in, and I'm going to pop that up on dimensionals. Oops, I'm getting to the end of my dimensionals. I've got another. I have got another one. I will finish those scraps up on another project. Okay. had a launch yesterday, Saturday afternoon. Had a couple of ladies come to that, and that was really lovely. And I've got another launch happening on Thursday morning. I've still got space available. If you live locally, I can accommodate you on Thursday morning. Just making sure that's centered. Did I get that straight? I'm not sure if I did. Don't you hate it when you don't get it straight? There we go. Okay, so now we will go to our, and see how you get to see both sides of the paper, and depending on the paper you choose, quite a different effect. And see, this is going to come in here, and it's going to sit over the top of our same size piece of paper. But before I do that, I'm going to stamp a couple of, I might hang on to that one because that's a standard matting piece. I'm going to stamp a couple of images, and we'll just quickly colour those in. So I do like stamping. Black is quite harsh, so I do like using something not quite so harsh. So I'm going to do the flower basket again because I do like it, and I feel like if you've meandered down this pathway, you may have collected some flowers along the way. So that's that one. And I might do the watering can again. Oh, maybe I'll do gumboots, because you might have had to wear gumboots. I know when we've gone sunflower picking with our daughter up on the mountain here nearby, and we've had to wear gumboots because it's been very wet and boggy. It was winter time when we did that, so that makes sense. Okay, now I'm just going to get my markers. Okay, so these are the gumboots. I'm going to do them in smoky slate. Do them a bit darker at the bottom. And maybe down here. I think that's dried out the other end, so I'll have to do this. I have to do it this way. So it's not really hard colouring in. You don't really have to do a lot of blending. You have to do any if you don't want to. So I hope everyone's enjoying the new mini catalogue. I've been doing some nice things with some of the products, and I've got a fun fold class coming up on the 27th of January. It is actually now full. If I had a few more people really interested in it, I might run a second class. And that's using some of the new products and celebration products. And then on the 10th of February, Saturday the 10th, and I think it's Tuesday the 13th, I've got another class coming up with the Submarine Life Punch Bundle and Beach Days, the one with the Surf Life Saving hut and surfboards and all sorts of things in it. Love that one. So this is dark crumb cake. I'm just wondering, I thought I missed a bit over here. Dark crumb cake. I might just do it all in dark crumb cake actually. And what colours are on here? So we've got Melon Mambo and we've got Fresh Freesia in these flowers on our pathway. So let's do those. This one I did Melon Mambo and Daffodil Delight because it looked like those sorts of coloured flowers on our pathway. And I thought, well, if we've picked some flowers along our walk, they would be the colours. Sometimes it's nice not to do too much fussy colouring in. Just doing it quicker. Okay. Now I don't know if we've got a garden green blend. I don't think we do. Do we have granny apple green? Of course we do. Oh, that looks a bit dodgy. Well, let's go with the light granny apple green. My tips do get a little bit damaged from classes, but you know, they are tools of trade and I have to accept that. Don't have to like it. But if people have got their own blends, I do ask them to bring them to classes now. And they can use their own. Okay, so that's the edge of the basket. I've got to come back and do that. Okay, so just with my crumb cake, I'm just going to go back in there. And I'm just going to go up in there. And I think that's pretty much done. Yeah. Okay, not a lot of colouring. And I went with the gum boots instead of the watering can. Okay, so now I shall get my glue back in and flip that over, and I'm just going to pop it down, covering, making sure the edges of my paper top and bottom are covered. And it will be centered, so that's fine. Press it down. There we go. And I will fold up my, and I do like this better. See, just be mindful of that. I do like it better, that it's not yucky. Now, let me make a little ribbon, and this looks nicer too, because that's vanilla, and yes, so I think I've honed in on my second card a little bit better. Down you go. So I'll just make a ribbon. So I've been doing a little bit of scrapbooking. I've scrapbooked a few of my daughter's wedding photos whilst I've been on holidays, and I've started scrapbooking our Italy trip from last August. So I just got delivery today, Sunday, from Stamping Up, like from the courier. I couldn't believe that. I thought, so since when have we been getting Sunday deliveries? So I'm just gonna trim that up. It looks pretty cute. Nice ribbon. It makes a nice bow. It's nice and soft, and it's really lovely. So I shall put that there with a glue dot. And I often with bows pick up 2 glue dots just for that little bit extra stick. I like to make sure my bow's not going to come off my card. So I've popped that there. That's that. And now let's get a couple of these little gorgeous things. So I'm going to put a dragonfly. So on my sample card, I put a dragonfly down here in the shrubbery, which I could do again. I could put him sort of nesting on that little one. And I'm going to put a bird, let's see, over here, and then one maybe up here. So I think that's finished. I think. And once again, our beautiful paper has done most of the work. Not a lot of stamping. I always like to put them back in this plastic because they can fall off so easily. So our paper's done the work yet again. The Stampin' Up paper, it's just so lovely, and I think it's great when it does all the work. So this is our card for today, Meandering Meadow Trifold. And you get to see both sides of the paper. Isn't that nice? I think it's nice. I don't like this, but I'll fix that. I might put, here's some little offcuts of paper. See, I could put a strip of that. Yes, I might do that to cover up my boo-boo. Just a little strip of that down here, just to cover up my mistake. So I will do that. So that's our Make It Monday for this week. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope I've got sound that's gone right through to the end. And let me just find you again. Here we go. So yeah, I hope everything's gone well. So that's our card for today. Meandering Meadow Trifold cards. I hope you like that. But I am going to do it. I will do it. Have a go with this Delicate Forest die, because I think that would look really nice as well with the Meandering Meadow paper. I think that would look nice. So that's a bundle in the mini catalogue, Delicate Forest. Hang on, got to get the glare. Maybe if I turn this one off. Yeah, no, yeah, maybe. Delicate Forest in the mini catalogue. It's $91.75. So if you wanted this bundle, it qualifies you straight away for a celebration item. And yeah, so I'm going to try it with that. So I hope you liked it. Meandering Meadow Trifold card. So have a great week, everybody. If you're in Australia, stay cool. And I hope there's not too many bad storms around. I know Queensland copped it very badly over Christmas. My brother lives up on the Gold Coast near Mount Tambourine, and his house was okay, but lots of houses in his street are gone because it was a mini tornado that swept through the Gold Coast on Christmas Day night. But his house is okay. Lots of mess on his yard. But so yeah, if there's storms about, be safe and have a great week, and I will see you on Friday for Card and a Cuppa. Bye for now.